It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Welcome back to the channel and to the Westerlands. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be playing as a very minor lord in the form of Sir Gregor the Mountain That Rides. This is going to be a purely story-based playthrough. Playing as Gregor, trying to get him into as good a position as possible. But when he dies, that will be it. And we will move on to the next story-based one. But we're going to try and play it as Gregor would. So, very rough, very harsh, and very strong. So, if you like this idea and want to see more, then please do leave a like, subscribe for more videos, hit the bell notification to get notified of every new video, and do comment to let me know what next story-based playthrough you may want, and bear in mind that the story-based ones ideally will be one character in their lifespan, and after that we'll move on to someone new. So without further ado, we have Sir Gregor. I declare that my brother Robert left no trueborn son, the boy Joffrey, the boy Tommen, and the girl Myrcella being abominations of incest between Cersei and Jaime. We're going to say that's all lies because we want to support our main man and our liege lord, Lord Tywin, who is, funnily enough, the heir to Fang Tower. We have also instigated the liege loyalist faction to try and start some friendly relations with Tywin. The issue that Fang Tower has is that we are the weakest of the Casterly Rock local counties. Lannisport's fairly weak, and Oxcross, I guess Oxcross is the next weakest, but we're going to see if we can maybe pinch one of the counties for Sir Gregor. He also needs to marry, so let's sort that out now and get married as our ambition. And I'm going to marry Darlessa because she has the highest martial, and we're all about martial. And also it's actually a good alliance if we get Ashmark, who's a very powerful lord in the Westerlands. He's accepted it. Hopefully we'll get a decent dowry for it. Might even be able to have a wedding. He wants me to be Chief General. Oh, that's a title I've not come across. Master at Arms, but he called it Chief General. That's cool. So hopefully we'll get a good dowry. We're in our rightful position as head of the household. We're also going to have this feast because it's only going to cost us 20 gold. Because we basically have no vassals. With all due respect to Gregor, he's not the most powerful in terms of actual power, although he's very powerful in stature. Meanwhile, we're hoping that young Joffrey will stay on the throne, ideally, but we'll have to wait and see. I've got some sworn shield titles I can put on. Everyone in my court basically is not that keen, but I'm hoping that'll change. We'll have to wait and see. But it's good that he is the Master at Arms. We'll spend, not so lavishly, enough to make it nice. I want to keep some gold. So my brother Sandor, of course, is in the King's Guard. He's actually Master at Arms of the King's Guard, funnily enough, which is pretty cool. There's his helm. So we can plot to kill him, but I don't think it's necessary. There's various people we can seek to free. There is a Lannister we can seek to free. Maybe Lord Titus Brax would be a good shout if it gains us favour. My ward, Robert Sarswell, lacks ambition and is perfectly content. Well, we don't want him to be content. I'm sure Gregor was never content. And also, if anyone knows how his first wife dies, because she starts off having died of suspicious circumstancing, I'm assuming being murdered by him. But if you are aware from a law perspective, 2 dead wives under suspicious circumstances, if you do know, let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to know. I do like Gregor as a character, interesting fellow, and the Cleganes as a whole are an interesting family. Very Westerland loyalists. So that's exactly how we're going to play it. At the moment, looks like Robb is battering Joffrey's forces, so that doesn't bode too well. Lord of Silverhall could be strong-armed into joining our faction. I'm not going to strong-arm anyone. They can join of their own free will. Tywin is trying to build up Lannister, which is unfortunate because I would also like to be able to take Lannister, but we probably won't be able to if he continues to do that. Wedding day is upon us. Guests have arrived, so hopefully everyone has a wonderful feast. I'm sure they will at Fang Tower. Fang Tower itself is only a level 5 fort, so it's not the biggest, not the best. Probably quite plain and dull, but nevertheless, the mountain resides there. Here I stand before the gods to take up a holy vow of marriage with Darlessa Marbrand. The great lords and ladies of Fang Tower, look on as I drape the arms of House Clegane around my bride. Hopefully it will go well. We have no heir as well, so we do need to try and sort that out. I can give her some gold to at least put her in the positive. I should of course mention that we have Gregor's armour, so the mountain's armour. Personal armour of Gregor Clegane. This suit of armour is so heavy that no ordinary man would be able to move, let alone fight effectively whilst wearing it. So the wedding feast has turned raucous, the black beer was flowing, and all guests were up and dancing. Rafford and Doreen seemed particularly enamoured. So in terms of traits, we have aggressive leader. He is slow, which isn't the best. Strong, giant, skilled fighter, is a knight. Suspected kinslayer, I'm assuming in his wife's. Maybe even his sister. Dishonourable, torturer, wrath, cruel, brave and lustful. So we could indeed demand Lord Titus's release, so let's give it a go. And now for the bedding ceremony. I suspect Robb will deny us, but we'll try anyway. No, he won't do it, so it's going to cost us... What do we do here? Do we hedge our bets that Robb is going to lose? Based on this current format, he's not going to lose, so I'm going to take the hit on prestige there. Ah, the Harlaws are raiding Lannister, which would be quite good for me actually. That works in my favour. Everyone's enjoyed the feast, so that's excellent. Are we fighting at the moment? No, we're in Casterly Rock training troops for Tywin. But age 34, we're getting on a little bit, so we do need to try and get some children out if we can. Otherwise, House Clegane will end with Gregor, as Sandor is in the Kingsguard. Stannis has got a good chunk of troops. How have you got so many troops, Stannis? Who have you been bribing? God, even the finances for poor Gregor are not the best. He's got 45,000 troops. What is this? This is absurd. Well, there's no chance in hell that Tywin will be saving Joffrey from Stannis here. I think it's a given that we will be bending the knee to a new king. Guests arrive. My ward Joss is the first to greet them, so he's gregarious. That's good. Since I came to Castle Rock, we have never had a shortage of soldiers, so we're doing well in our actual job of recruitment. Let's have a look at other plots we can do. There is actually a plot to replace us as Master at Arms by the Lord of Case, and he won't stop it. So there is nothing we can do to prevent it, unfortunately. No one really that I want to kill here. Interesting, their garrison's very small. Are you sieging Castle Rock? Good luck. Because that is not going to happen, my friend. In the meantime, Robb has retreated his troops back up to the north. But he is 44% in favour. Stannis currently at 5%. He didn't take King's Landing, which was a mistake. But may well be moving his troops back. Aegon Targaryen has also landed. And he normally lands up by M.A.T.E.'s Hook, I think, or Duskendale. No, it's Duskendale, isn't it? It's no big secret. Lord Terence is after my job. We could become friends with him. Let's embrace our enemy. Oh, actually, Gregor wouldn't do that, so I shouldn't have done that. That was my error. I need to play as Gregor and not try and be as efficient as possible. So if I get another choice, we're going to be mean. Oh wow, we actually gained Gregarious. Does that do anything for our marshal? No, but it does do something for attraction. So maybe we'll be lucky and get a kid. Oh no, Tywin's died. Now we're going to serve Tyrion. Who's appointed as cupbearer, interestingly enough. Lord Tywin Lannister is trying to usurp our title. Let him be. Ooh, he's been totally ransacked. Can I try and take you? That would be the ideal time to take Lannister right now. We have been robbed, which is annoying. I will support Tyrion, and we're still in charge of the liege loyalists, so that's good. He can be greedy. Yeah, he's going to be greedy, isn't he? That's what Gregor would be. Right, what's happened with the north? Are you guys independent? Yeah, so the north won and stayed independent, but they are facing a war. Oh no, so we're just no longer in the war. We're only fighting Stannis now. My friend Terence has invited me to a grand banquet. Well, I don't think Gregor would be that bothered. Lots of people and lots of food. No, why bother? We have more pressing things. We're not interested in the fanes of the rich and wealthy. He's still not sieged the Red Keep, which is very surprising. It is a great nickname, that, the mountain that rides. Excellent writing there. I wonder if we can get an alliance with you. No, you're not that a fan of us. We did Ah. So he's not impressed at the pregnancy. I've thought it over and I cannot be the father of my wife's baby. As it grows in her belly, I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to rest. Hire someone to find out. It's going to cost us some gold, but yeah, I'm sure he'll want to know. I never lie, ahem. So we're having arguments with her right now. Which bodes so well. The maid I hired to gain my wife's confidence has not found anything at all suspicious. Let's confront her directly. She starts crying when I asked if she's being unfaithful. She profusely assures me of her undying love and virtue. Alright, I guess we're going to have to believe her. But it's probably right that he was direct, because that's what Gregor would be doing. He is, after all, the mountain. Joffrey, you are just going to have to continue sitting there. You're not doing too badly, my friend. I would have thought you would have been absolutely crushed, but you're not. But they are now sieging King's Landing. So we'll see how you do. In the meantime, Tyrion is actually fighting in Crackle Bay. But he's not using me, which is surprising. It's occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some hormonal unbalance. She'll be comforted by my kind gesture. It's going to cost us some gold, though. I don't think he'll be doing that. Sadly, Gregor is not the nicest of people. I think that King's Landing has just been taken, yeah. But Joffrey's in hiding, so he still lives another day. Jon Snow is now commander on the wall, with Longclaw at his side. And his direwolf, Ghost. Great tidings from King's Landing. Robb Stark has sacked the city and has taken the Lannisters as prisoner. He's left the city to its own devices, leaving a power vacuum. What? Kevin is now king? So what's happened to Joffrey? Joffrey was beheaded by Robb. Kevin is now in charge. At least it's a true Lannister. But Stannis is still fighting for it, so it may well win. So lots of change in the realm. Meanwhile, Tyrion continues to fight in Rosby. We have had a daughter that has sadly died stillborn. And yeah, he would have everyone questioned. So Gregor is going to go into a complete rage right now. Tidings of great interest from King's Landing. Horton Redfort has marched into the city unopposed, securing the throne for the king from its would-be claimants for now. As in Kevin? I'm going to assume Kevin. But with the death of our daughter and Gregor's insanity growing, we are going to have to end the episode there. If you enjoy the series, then please do leave a like. Comment with any hints, tips or pieces of lore that you wish to share. And subscribe for more content. Plenty coming out of the channel and hopefully plenty for you to enjoy. In the meantime, I will see you all in the next episode.